Heads up, we say swear words and talk about dirty things, so make sure you're cool with that. Bit.
I'm just gonna sing Sailor Moon.
What? No. All right. No, I have a bit.
Fighting evil by daylight.
That's not it.
Waitressing to moonlight.
That's not it.
Her motivations are classified.
No, it's... All right, that line's pretty good, actually. So we're back. We're back from watching our 2 episodes of... Actually, wait, what's this one considered? What's the title of this one?
The first one is called The Adventures of Mikuru Asahina.
Okay, so this is not the blank of Haruhi?
No. It's episode 0, The Adventures of Mikuru-chan.
Oh, God.
It's
all right.
Literally, Kyle, how would you have felt if this was your first episode?
I would have absolutely loved everything that had to do with it. And if the whole show continued on like that, I'm pretty sure this would be one of my favorite shows ever.
So I goofed.
Well, no, because then I would be disappointed because the rest is like this really good show and not like this awful thing that's made awful on purpose, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it ain't Gintama.
I mean, I'm sorry you got me with that, just because like it's very clear to me about how little you know about Gintama from that statement.
0 things. Able to watch the pre-production and production of the Mikuru movie. How'd you feel watching it?
It definitely confused me because 20% of that movie we didn't see when they were making it, like everything in the shopping mall.
We saw the commercials.
Yeah, no, we saw the commercials, but we didn't see them doing the shopping mall scenes, which involved a lot of other people.
Yeah,
and
a lot of side
like
actors.
All the school scenes where there was going to be a love plot. Like, I don't even remember there being a mention of that. Like, all right, if you asked me how this movie would have been structured before, I would have not guessed this.
Kyon was not kidding when he said there really is nothing to unpack from this. Haruhi is not. She's literally foaming from the mouth going, I'm an artist. This is the greatest thing. And there's like a love triangle, alien resurrection.
Guys, I watched 6 Wes Anderson films and I know film.
This is someone going, I understand dialogue because I saw Pulp Fiction.
Now they're going to dance for no reason in this scene.
Check out my Dutch angles.
Look at my milkshake.
Brought all the Taniguchis to the yard. Ugh, move that one.
Oh, wow. That one hurt me a little. Let's do a breakdown of great film shit that they fake in animation. Right off the bat, wonky camera movement. Like when they're walking and talking, like just them having like bobble back and forth and the perspective on them changes. It's just, it's perfect.
0 blocking. Also, they try to keep Koizumi in like the front of the shot. Why? I love when anyone's talking and we cut to a completely flipped 180 scene. Like Mikuru's on the left and Yuki's on the right, and then suddenly they've switched places, and it's not exactly a Kurosawa intentional thing either.
Yes, because that's what they're talking about, Kurosawa films.
Oh yeah. Anytime the sound cuts out, I lost my mind.
If Kyon is our lens of how we watch Haruhi, this is basically the lens turning around and saying, you're about to watch some bullshit. Let me make this acceptable for you.
Let me explain.
And then we're like, where were you during Endless 8?
Let me explain why Mikuru's getting knocked down by Yuki in this shot. Totally won't be explained 3 years later.
No, and I love every time Haruhi gets in the shot or Itsuki's in the back.
Itsuki's just in the back with a piece of foam core as a reflector. Or the tripod tilts up, but it's a mechanical head.
Oh,
so
God, it's all locked, so it's all janky movement.
How many times are you going to tilt up to the sky?
A lot. Oh, God, the one time outside when it tries to auto-adjust the brightness. That, like, it was so subtle. And, like, if you have no idea what that is, like, that's going to be nothing for you. Like, they did that. and I fucking died.
The blocking of the characters that anytime they're 45 degrees, it does not look good.
Oh my god, like even Itsuki goes off on like his definitely ad-libbed line and his weird angle that he looks all wrong in. Yes, it's perfect.
It's great. Also, Itsuki's like doing his theater work where he's like emoting from the different parts of his body, but everything he's talking about makes zero sense. Also, it takes really good actors to do bad acting intentionally, and everyone
Like
knocked it out of
fucking
the park.
green-haired girl.
I wrote down what she said because I thought it was the funniest
It was
thing.
ha ha ha. I can't take you seriously in that outfit. I'm being controlled by the witch.
Saria goes up to Mikuru and goes, "What's wrong, Mikuru? Is another loser stalking you, or did your doctor tell you you have athlete's foot?"
Oh god, you gotta love these lines.
Oh, they're so funny. And then you have anytime they're walking on the pier, that there's just no support on
So
the
the camera
tripod.
just
and it
shakes. Oh fuck.
You can tell this was a lot of fun to probably storyboard.
And you could tell we're fucking film dorks.
Of course. We could probably do a little better than that.
Oh, yeah. But like
I don't know if we
anyone, literally anyone who's made their own film with like their group of friends can relate to this episode. And that
course.
is kind of the heart and soul of this episode that I absolutely love.
There's nothing really to say about the story. It was just a funny, laugh a minute goofball fest with probably the biggest brick jokes to hit. Like, because think of it, they never explained the talking cat
Nope.
until season 2 of Haruhi. So people waited 3 years. What the fuck's with the talking cat? It suddenly blossomed in spring.
I didn't even think about that. That would be crazy. Like, wait, was that cat actually talking or did they dub it? I'm a ventriloquist.
Yeah. I love when the firecrackers go off and it's just the fire team comes in from the building. Hey, what's going on in there?
And Yuki's in the background just holding like a fish
Holding
pole.
the firecracker.
It's fucking great.
Yuki is also Mikuru's assistant. Being the villain of the plot, she's also the assistant holding up the phone number you can call for each location that they're advertising in the movie. Fantastic. I feel like there's a lot more to unpack, though, from Live Alive.
Well, there is one thing I want to talk about at our very end when we actually get to see our characters outside of the film.
Yeah.
The first full shot of Haruhi is like, it's framed so well. And like, she's like lit, like, she's like this huge, large and in charge thing. Like, you already have a great idea of the character you're getting in Haruhi if you muted that scene and you just looked at her. Like, they did such a good job with that. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, no, I get why this is the big air quotes introduction to Haruhi.
Yep. And then Kyon is framed perfectly as between her legs and
That
under
is
her.
the worst hair he's had all season. I don't know if
He
you
hasn't
realized.
slept in 28 hours. He was editing that.
Oh man, so good.
He's just like, you're actually gonna show this? That's ridiculous. Then we roll into Live Alive. Kyon plays tag team with each class at the arts festival.
Yeah, we get Kyon with his friends. You know, the best scenes. A lot of interesting things going on in the background of that episode. I caught.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know what to expect from this episode. All I knew is that at some point there was going to be Haruhi on stage playing a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pay attention to the background in certain scenes, you see all the members of the band. At one point, they run by holding a guitar. At the other point, they're having the fight in the front of the school, which I literally went to Alex when we were watching. I'm like, what the fuck? Did a girl just get kidnapped in the background?
Yeah.
And at another point, you actually see Haruhi and Yuki run in the hallway.
Kyoto Animation, man.
There's a whole episode of Community that does that too.
I just remember the scene where they say Beetlejuice the third time in the show and Beetlejuice walks by in the background.
Well, there's a whole episode where Abed makes two friends and helps deliver their baby in the background. And like the characters at the end of the episode like, Abed, where you been? Like, what have you been up to? He's like, oh, not much. When really he did a shit ton in the background.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we have our school festival, which really there wasn't too much to this episode when you really break it down. I mean, you have the maid cafe, which I guess is like a really redeeming episode for green hair girl.
Oh, Surya? Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I can organize things pretty well, and I'm actually a pretty good host.
By the way, I'm gonna say neuron now because it's the dub, and
yeah, what the fuck? She said a fucking suffix. Like,
yeah,
one of the Japanese suffixes was said. And I know it's a meme, but like, fuck.
Kyle, it is completely 100% because it's the meme. It is. At that point, Haruhi fever had struck North
it's cool.
America.
This meme culture won't catch on or anything.
No, not at all. Now here's Lucky Star.
Now here's Harambe.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
That was like the most dated meme I could have thrown out. Anyway.
Congrats. This is coming out in 2 years. Yeah, so they go to the maid cafe. They pass Koizumi doing his theater, doing exact same.
Yeah, we got like, what, 3 seconds of that?
Yeah, maybe
I don't even know what the fuck show they were doing, but he had a bunch of girls after him. Yeah, so at least he has a reason to be full of himself.
Yeah. He just like pulls out a bunch of chess pieces from his pocket.
I really wish this was a joke that like the show went off of.
We do that all the time. Remember in Kamen Rider, we love the guy that leaves rooms.
Oh my god, nothing beats that.
Nothing beats that.
When you realize that there is a secret trope to a character, you cheer every time it happens.
Yep, and it's like, then you.
When I just noticed, Haruhi never leaves her desk without Kyone's tie in her hand. Like,
oh my God,
I know that's the whole bit, but like, even just at the end of this episode where she goes to talk to the band again, she's like, all right, I'm getting up, but you're coming with me. Get over here.
Even in the second opening, like, that's the lynch point before the chorus is, hey, here's the tie.
There's like a little onomatopoeia Batman pop too.
Yeah. It's great. So yeah, Yuki's a fortune teller telling you your death note. Hey, you're gonna trip.
You're gonna in 16 seconds, and then your ice cream will fall to the floor. You will embarrass yourself in front of your girlfriend.
Have we complimented Michelle Ruff's amazing ability to deliver monotone? Because it's so good.
It's pretty good.
She's one of the most expressive actors in every other role I've heard.
What else is she?
It's Orihime?
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess.
Or Rukia. I'm sorry, Rukia? I don't remember.
Oh, no,
I never
that's
watched
right. You haven't watched Bleach. Nope. Orange hair or black hair?
Kyle, it's a great question.
Good Lord.
Yoko in Gurren Lagann, Rita in Tales of Vesperia.
I think she's Rukia.
Catherine and Catherine. Which Catherine? That's a great question.
The one that matters.
Yeah, which one's that, Kyle? Make your choice, Kyle.
You know.
Yeah, so Kyona goes to...
Hey, which Splatoon sister is the best?
So Kyo goes to the maid cafe, and Taniguchi goes, hey, let's go hit on some women. Because
and they're both like, nope, that's stupid.
They, like, the friend goes, if you find a girl, let me know. And then Kyon goes, I wouldn't do that in case she saw.
So here's a question.
Here's an answer.
Do you think that's part of Haruhi's will?
I don't think Haruhi can control people, like their willpower.
Okay.
I think, actually, you know what? Hold on a second. She did possibly rewrite that entire murder mystery so it wasn't a real murder.
True.
Remember that weird moment? You know what? I don't know, though. I don't think she would do something to Kyon. She bent the world back into the way.
I think it might be like, oh, I like Kyon. I hope he doesn't get with like another girl, so I have a shot. Like, you know, that internal feeling we all have when we have a crush. Do you think that's maybe why like Kyon doesn't go with his friend to hit on girls?
The only reason I'm going to say no then is because he still hits on Mikaru.
Okay.
Because there's still a constant threat
you're talking about Mikaru, the person that Haruhi wants to be a playgirl?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it.
I don't know. I feel like there's something to this, but also nothing.
I think Haruhi propels Mikaru into a self-expression when she does, and then because she kind of propels Mikaru into being the fetish. And
Yeah.
then when Kyon takes attention to it, she tries to dress up like that.
So are we getting any more costumes with Mikuru, or are we done?
That's a great question. I don't think we have any more. I think, actually, there is a later bit in one of the later episodes where they pack up the costumes.
Oh, no.
I think that's how it went. That's later on episode. We'll find out next time. But let's get into the big part of the episode, which is everything with
Kyon getting like 4 hours to himself, right? Yeah.
4 hours 4 hours of sleep listening to Bandits.
I gotta say, that was the weirdest part of this episode. Is Kyon's just like, I guess I'm gonna do the festival now. Herpty derp, oh, doopy doo. I went to a couple stands. I drank alone. I'm like, this is really weirdly somber for this show.
You don't really see arts festivals framed in a very realistic setting, which is everything's kind of subpar.
Yeah. And that's, I gotta give it to it. I'm like, this feels very real. Like,
Yep.
Any festival you go to isn't going to be like, wow, this is so cool. It's gonna be like, yeah, all right. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be like a 6 on 10.
Look at those water balloons.
Oh, wow. Water balloons.
And yeah, he kind of oscillates to different sections before going, I'm going to sleep at the gym.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
DMC comes on.
Bandits, man. Why was one of the guys passed out? Who knows? They leave.
No, dude, all right. So that is like, all I know is DMC, and I'm going to assume that is like some guideline that like Japanese metal rock bands have, where they paint their faces and they have like a gimp on stage. But yeah, no, that's exactly what happens in DMC, and that was their exact setup. So I don't know. That was really weird for me, and I would absolutely. Now I'm thinking about it. I mean, I know DMC won't work for the Palmtop podcast, but like,
Devil May Cry, it sure will.
Shut up. It's Detroit Metal City. There is a love subplot.
Okay.
There's too many bad words.
So, God knows.
The world that only God knows? We doing that one?
No, God knows that I would follow you.
Oh, I didn't know that was a song.
Yeah, Enos shows up. This band Enos.
This
which
band,
is a parody.
Enron.
I mean, there was a band at the time very popular called Zone, but I'm sure it's not related.
Nope.
Haruhi's there. Yuki's there.
Yuki has still not taken off her outfit.
Kyle, I'm not going to spoil anything. Do you think she wears that for the rest of the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Why would she take it off?
Why would she? We get into a performance that in either language is not bad. The Japanese one is done by Aya Hirano, who is probably at the time was the biggest pop star in Japan. She was the biggest pop idol. So that's like a solid performance, but I really like the Wendy Lee performance, the dub one, because that's almost unheard of to hear a character song done in English. It's always cut.
There was another instance of it, and I can't seem to think what the exact thing was, but I remember running into this experience before where they attempted to dub a new song. I remember being impressed then, and you know what? I'm impressed now. It wasn't like the best song I ever heard, but like diving into a song that's in a different language. I mean, of course, the lip flaps will never match, but like the tone fit, and I you know what? It was fun. I liked it,
and the animation is stellar.
Oh yeah, the animation, and honestly, like, props to her delivery when she's like just talking upstage, like after they finish their first song and just doing that there. Like it's a very different character for Haruhi just then, and like, presenter Haruhi can be pretty I don't know, she seems more normal.
We've never had selfless Haruhi. The drummer? No, the guitarist and the singer were both like the people in the background of the episode that were getting pulled out in a fight. One of them hurt their wrist, the other one was sick. So Haruhi grabbed Yuki and they stepped in. And this is the first selfless thing we've ever seen Haruhi do.
Okay. Agree to that.
I feel like it's a lot of Kyon rubbing off on her. That the idea to help other people.
I can see that.
And Haruhi's like, yeah, I just did it because I understand the drive to do something you really want to do. I did just almost murder everyone to make a movie. Then Enos pulls them out and thanks them for what they've done. They kind of flatter Kyon a bit. They kind of butter her up and go, hey, that's a nice friend you got there. And then Haruhi kind of flees and goes outside.
And she has a little sit in the grass. She's thinking about stuff. And she's like, you know what, Kyon? If I had another day, I could do better. And it's like, wow, that's not what you say in this situation. You go, wow, I did a good job. Go me. And it's like, oh, wow. Haruhi's never done a nice thing or been, like, praised before. So this is weird for her. And then immediately after, she's like, all right, Kyon, you do you know how to learn any instruments? Let's learn instruments. Let's put on a big performance. We're gonna make our own song, and it's gonna have choreography, and it's gonna be unlike anything you ever heard. And then, Alex, what do we get after that scene?
Oh, Kyle, you know what we get after that is the best choreographed credit scene in anime history.
You mean like the most popular like choreographed dance in like anime, maybe?
It sure is a nazo. I'll see myself out.
Yes, please do. This is the standalone anime podcast where I just talk about JoJo for 4 hours.
Talk about the romantic subplots of JoJo.
Iggy really likes coffee gum. So much so that he'll fart on anyone's face and eat their hair.
Do you think Haruhi used any of her powers, besides Yuki getting stellar guitar skills, and besides the idea that maybe she caused the rain to happen so everyone would come watch the performance?
I thought her guitar skill was a part of her power, but she's also very smart, which is something we take we take for granted a lot. Like, I feel like maybe she's smart enough where she just could have figured that out on her own. Because
I wondered if Haruhi's like feelings of like she wasn't feeling full came from not getting her way completely as well. Like, she didn't just instantly, here's my super stellar singing skills and guitar skills. Maybe that was just her normal singing skills and guitar skills. And because everything wasn't handed to her on a silver platter, she did not feel fully satisfied.
So you thought the opportunity only presented itself because of her powers?
I feel like this is a moment that the only powers involved were Yuki's, giving herself guitar abilities.
Okay.
I kind of feel like this was a Haruhi moment.
Yeah. You know what? That's probably why her feelings were so genuine, because the world just didn't hand her one.
Yeah.
She worked for this. Oh, God. Yeah, you know, now that I think about it, like, really, what does she have to, like, work for? Like, everything is literally made easier for her, except in this situation.
It's kind of indicative that she'd be a great social worker.
And, like, also, if you really want to think about it with your Kyon theory, it is one of the few situations that she gets in where Kyon isn't in, so she doesn't get a special power boost. So, I mean, there's fuel for your fire there.
What do you think of these standalone episodes? What do you think of?
Fantastic. These two together might be my favorite two combo we've done so far. I mean, besides the finale, I guess. Which is weird to say. But yeah, no, I genuinely enjoyed my time watching these two.
Nice. Are you ready for our final 2 episodes?
Wait, what?
Yeah, are you ready for The Day of Sagittarius? And Someday in the Rain.
Okay.
Kyle, in The Day of Sagittarius, we return to our first tertiary character, the computer club chief.
Oh, sweet Jesus, why?
And then Someday in the Rain is our final breath. It is a cool down moment.
Is it gonna give me the closure I so crave?
God, no.